Good morning. It is the 26th of July, 2022, Tuesday morning. And we're looking at here, you're looking at Adam C. Mitchell's General Quarters. And it says that here, a D66 gamebook adventure. The other day I did a video and I was bringing up, and I said D66 gamebooks probably 14 times. And I did not talk about what D66 gamebook means and what it is, right? D66 gamebook, D66 is a mechanic. It's a mechanic that's been around for a long time. It's been used in war games and RPGs both. B-17 Queen of the Skies, I do believe, uses it. I do believe several other war games use it as a random events table, right? And that's pretty much what we're playing here. We're playing something that you feel like random events, but it's not really random. We'll talk about it here. But this is where I came into it at, with General Quarters. I got this game and I was blown away by it. I didn't know how it was going to be. It just blew me away. But what the mechanic is, what we mean by D66 game book, you're going to the main game here. You're going to read your mission brief. You're going to do what, you're going to have an objective, right? And then after you read that mission brief, you're going to roll, or beginning or whatever, you're going to roll 2 dice. Different colors, hopefully. One of them you're going to make a tens, and the other one you're going to make a ones and a 10 spot, right? So before you start rolling, you're going to have to figure out what color is going to be the ones and what's going to be the tens. Here we're going to use the glow in the dark die is the first number, and the black die is the second number, and you're just going to roll. Okay, 25. You would simply roll. You'd simply turn to number 25. And you're going to do what it says. You're going to make some decisions, whether it's combat, whether it's whatever you're doing, you're going to do that there. And you're going to continue that in the game to whether you either accomplish your mission or you don't, or you die, right? That's the 2 choices you have. I'll be frank up front. I think a lot of people won't like it because it's so different from the traditional game book. It's not, turn to, what is that, 420 page. Most people are used to turn the page. You turn to this page if you want to do this, or that page if you want to do that. And that's fine. Those are great game books. And even Adam Mitchell makes something like that. But but the D66, it just blew me away. I thought it just was brilliant. I couldn't believe a game book handled that type of system so well. It's so fun and so much replay as well. There's more replay value than in the traditional game book format. And I played General Quarters, and I started looking, and there was another D66 game. This one's mine, by the way, but look here. Virus. This was the first one where you played the virus. That's an interesting one too. Then Adam Mitchell came out with MIA. It was a D88 game book. What's the difference? It's the most detailed one of the games so far, and you're going to play with 2 D8s instead of 2 D6s, right? It's just, and this one, you're playing an SAS trooper that's been blown off course on his. I don't think it's a halo jump, but it's a jump into the jungles of Colombia, and you get off course. Your chute don't open, and you get off course, and you're way off course. You're trying to get to the emergency LZ and get out with your team, and it's extremely hard, by the way. It has mini games. It has parts to it. It has checkpoints. So here's your checkpoints you're going to try to get to, and extremely difficult. Look at the tables. Plenty of tables. It's just everything you would want in a game book and more. It's that good. So that's that. Or you had General Quarters, which was we already talked about some, which is a World War II game. right? You're playing a sub commander in World War. You're playing a sub crew, commander, crew, everything in World War II. And he handled crew well. He used what was called crew competency points, right? So he handled the crew well. You had a periscope score, submerged score. I loved this. This is where I came in at. You know, you had your torpedoes, right? Payloads. Great, great game. And then I decided to do my own, which was Holdout. It's abstract. It's the most abstract of them, of the game books. Still very well done. It's based on the Japanese holdouts of World War II in the South Pacific after 1954, right? There was a bunch before 1954, but up to 1953. But after 53, 54 on, there was still quite a few, and this is kind of a composite of pretty much everything they went through. It is based on Lubang Island in the Philippines, where Hiro Onoda done most of his exploits, but there's exploits that come in from what's going on up in Guam, everywhere else. So it's just a composite, and it too is extremely difficult. If you play it, it'll be difficult. All of them are pretty difficult, but they're extremely fun. They handle war in a way that you may not be accustomed to. They handled it so good. Now, I do think there's limitations to the system. I think, what are they? I don't know, but I'm not a huge game designer. This was my first design, and we'll get to that in a minute. I do think that they handle a sub well, handle one soldier well, handle a virus well. To make them mass combat, I'm not sure how you would do that. You would have to use some kind of a combat system like in the old Combat Command books. Maybe Adam can do it, or maybe somebody else can do it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're all encompassing. I think that there is a limit to them. Obviously, in book form, there's limits, but they're fun. They're very, very fun. And I got so enamored with it, I thought, I can do this. Man, you know, I've had this channel for years. I've played war games for years. And I've always made my own rules, did my own thing. And I always wanted to design my own game. And I don't have normal tastes in games, right? I'm always gaming the odd things, you know. Just like David Lynn over in the Centurion's Review. He games some odd stuff. So do I. I love that. I love the odder thing. I've always thought there was games that needed to be designed that never were designed. And I false started a bunch of times because I just never knew where to go, never knew how to do it. This D66 game book, I was able to get my mind around it enough to understand how to hammer out a few rules, and I got my mind around it enough to be able to play it and be able to make a game and make a playable game. Is it a great game? I wouldn't call it great. I would call it a decent little game, a fun little game. All these games are fun. Each one of them are fun in its own way, and just a blast to play. And like I said, more replayability than I would say a traditional game book, right? Game books have had a revival. You know, we watched, what was that, Bandersnatch, the movie that was kind of a game book, choose your own game book, its own self. They were having a revival. During the pandemic, something happened and all these war game books started happening. I'd been wanting that to happen for years. I always wondered why war games didn't use the book form more. Well, now they appear to be. Even I make one. And so these D66 game books are one of my favorite. I'm just enamored with it. I love it. I think they're fun. And I hope they keep coming. You know, I hope it doesn't stop now. So, get out today and pick one up. If you're a newer gamer, the most accessible one might be General Quarters. Mine's the simplest, right? But I do think going over the rules might give you a headache. My rule writing's terrible. But General Quarters, or you can start with this one here, or even iVirus, right? In any of those. This was D88. It's much more complex, but you'll be able to step up into it after one of these. After you understand the mechanics, understand how it works, you'll be able to step into it pretty well. And like I said, this is the best one by far. Mine is the worst one by far, but it has, and it's not bad, but it has a really cool theme, I think, right? I think it has, maybe the second best theme in my mind, because it is mine. So they're all affordable. They're all these three are about $10, $11, something like that. My little one's $5. They're all affordable. Go out there, play them, see what you think, give them a try, and take them for what they are. They're not all encompassing. They're not going to give you this intensive experience where you're going to, that's just not what it is. But it is a fun travel book. It's a fun book to put in your briefcase to go to work. It's a fun book to put in your knapsack, whatever. Whatever you do, carry it with you. Put it in your car. It's a good play, and it's a good, if you want to play a game. They're great games to play. Okay, that's it. Just wanted to explain what D66 was, or D88 is. So get out there and get them, and very well priced. And thank you for listening. Y'all have a great day. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. It won't be a game book. I am going to be hollering about this probably later in the week. I'm going to do a playthrough probably later, just because I'm so excited about it. I'm proud of this little book here. I love all these, but I'm so proud of this because it was mine, and I brought it to fruition, and never thought that would happen, that I'd publish any kind of game, and I did, and I'm just blown away by it, and grateful to Adam Mitchell, and grateful to the wargaming community as a whole, and grateful to the game book community. People seem to be buying it, which shockingly, I think is great. So have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.